Hello everybody, welcome to this tutorial on reflected cross-site scripting in the Damn Vulnerable Web application. If you want to skip to a particular difficulty level, you can take a look at the description for timestamps to each of those. And you can also find answers to all these challenges at my GitHub, which is also linked in the description. So, a brief overview of what cross-site scripting is. It's an attack that takes advantage of the unsanitized inputs on the page. So anything that we enter into this form field is echoed back to us. But if we were to enter something that could be considered valid HTML, for example this bold tag, then what we get echoed back is not just our text as a string, but the actual rendered HTML on the page. And we can inspect this element, see that this code has actually been included as part of the HTML, rather than just being echoed as a string. So the difference between a stored attack and a reflected attack is that reflected attacks are typically executed immediately and only once, whereas a stored attack usually involves storing that payload in the server's database so that it can be executed multiple times in the future. The danger with cross-site scripting is not just being able to insert bold text onto the page, but it's actually the ability to run JavaScript, which means that we could run code that would steal users' information or perform unwanted actions that the developer did not intend. For example, we can use script tag on this page to make a pop-up appear. We just use the HTML script tag, use the alert function, end it with another script tag, and we've managed to create a pop-up on the page, which is functionality that was not intended at all. You can extend this to write more complex code that would allow you to take things like users' session keys or steal other information from users. We're going to start with the low difficulty now. We see on the right hand side the source for this form. All that happens is that the input we give the form is echoed onto the page. There's no sanitation, no checks, no nothing. So we're very free to just enter a script tag and inject JavaScript directly into the page. So we're going to put our alert, and we're going to alert the string XSS. Make sure to put the ending script tag. You don't even need to worry about putting semicolons. JavaScript is very forgiving about that. We hit submit and we see the pop-up come up very simply. For the medium difficulty, you'll see the developer has tried to actually stop us from performing cross-site scripting attacks by blocking the script tag. But the way they've done it is that they've used a whitelist approach. They've blocked a certain string, but there are other ways we can get our script tag into the form field without using that precise set of characters. For example, we can very easily use script with a capital S because the whitelist only contains script with a lowercase s. So now we're able to put our payload just as before, and the ending script tag can even be a lowercase one because he's only blocked the first script tag with no slash inside the tag. So we hit submit and we get a payload pop up. The developers try to do something a little bit more clever in high difficulty by trying to block out any version of the word script regardless of the case of the letters. But in reality, they're still suffering from the same problem. They're using a whitelist approach. You can see that if we try to enter a script tag like we did before and put our alert payload in, finish it off with our ending script tag, then our payload doesn't execute because it's been wiped out. But using a script tag is not the only way that you can inject JavaScript into the page. We can also use HTML events. Now what these are parameters of other HTML entities that allow you to run JavaScript when certain events happen. The one I think is the simplest to use in this situation is by loading a body tag and using the onLoad event, which runs whatever JavaScript code you give it when that element loads. So we're going to run our payload, I'm going to end the tag there. So we're just loading a body tag such that when it loads, we run our alert XSS and we get the pop-up. So if you feel confident with everything you've seen so far, you can feel free to move on to my next video where I'm going to show you a more practical application of cross-site scripting and how you might use it to steal someone's session key. I really hope this video helped you. Thank you very much for watching.